Hey, what is up? Billiam here. I am at the Spin Master HQ in Los Angeles, California, sampling the new Bakugan Battle Planet toy line. Super excited to be here. I'm super excited to show you what we are getting to experience before anybody else. Yeah! A few weeks ago, I was flown out to Los Angeles by Spin Master to preview the new Bakugan Battle Planet. Just landed in LA. The flight was fine. I just watched Digimon the whole time working on my review. I'm about to get an Uber and head over to the hotel. This is my third time in LA. First time alone. But I had never been for work, and I've certainly never been invited to fly out anywhere because of the content I create. YouTubers, we get a lot of emails all the time for kind of scammy sort of sponsorships and similar related things. So it took me a little bit to determine that this was a legitimate offer. And when I finally did, I was glad I did because the trip was amazing. They covered all expenses for the weekend, and it has not gone unrecognized that this was an incredibly special weekend, and a lot of thought and care was put into it by Spin Master. Thank you, Spin Master.
No, me neither, I guess.
We're at Spin Master HQ.
Maybe they'll go more like mythical.
In Los Angeles, they have another, their main headquarters in Toronto, but this is their U.S. location.
Now, I thought I was going to be the only one there who wasn't really aware of Bakugan going into the weekend, but there were a few other Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers, I think Simo, and maybe one or two others, some of the people from Team APS maybe, I'm not entirely sure, I'm sorry for speaking for you guys. They hadn't played Bakugan before, and they were coming into it from a different perspective. So at first, I kind of felt out of place, but as the weekend went on, I kind of figured out that there were probably other people who also felt a little out of place.
1, 2, 3.
It's funny because he's louder than all of us combined.
So going into the first day, I wasn't knowing what to expect exactly. I was kind of nervous that I would be way far behind everyone else in terms of how much I knew about Bakugan. However, the new Bakugan is a completely redefined version of the old one, and I was so happy to learn that because everyone else knew the rules just as much as I did.
You know, Justin, who was at dinner in the trading card game, you guys, you can pick their brains. Our design crew is here as well, so you can ask them questions and kind of get in deep.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Bakugan Brawl! Oh, I win! Yes! Woo! All right, so that's an example. We got Aurelus Fangzor and the core, Pyrus Dragonoid.
When they were presenting the new toys to us initially, they brought us into this amazing room. This is the presentation room that Spin Master will invite Target and Walmart and GameStop and everybody who wants to carry Bakugan or who they want to carry Bakugan, they'll invite them here to pitch them on it. The new Bakugan has this whole little hexagon pattern thing that I'll explain later, and the whole room was covered with those that lit up. There were two Bakugan on the side of the walls and one giant one in the front. And the two on the sides would spin out to reveal products, and the one in the front opened up to reveal a screen so they could show us the sizzle reel of the original Bakugan.
All right, man. Let's hit the lights and let's show you guys what's behind curtain number 1 and curtain number 2.
All right, guys. So, all right, you guys hit it for a
You're
while.
gonna get some reaction shots here.
Yeah.
You want me on the other side?
No, I'm gonna just. Let's see if I can do this. Oh my God. It's very, very strong. You need a handful.
Yeah. You need someone that's strong, or?
No, just rip it off.
Is everyone getting this?
Yeah.
Oh!
All right. So this is the full line of Bakugan for the relaunch in 2019. You've got your core Bakugan, your Ultra Bakugan, classic starter pack with 3 Bakugan, everything you need to play that toy battling game. We've got trading card, pre-constructed decks, packs. We've also got collector packs over there with the giant foil cards. Everything you need here, guys. This is the launch line for Bakugan. Ah! Wow. So this is just a good look at the entire line right there. That way you guys can get up close. You can see a lot of the Bakugan that are actually out of pack and get kind of good shots of those. But
so here we got Lava Boost, Magma Boost, Luminous Armor, Meltdown, Oh my god, it's Meteoric Lance.
Nice!
Molten Helix.
Yo, that
Titan
art-
Dragonoid. Oh my god, Hyper
Dragonoid.
Oh my god,
Titan Pegatrix.
And oh my god,
Titan Fangor, dude.
And
You got a heck.
oh my god, my Instagram.
Be sure to follow my Instagram. Make sure you're not throwing it.
Yeah. Giving it the old college
Yeah,
try.
exactly. All right, so let's go. Oh,
Oh, that's
I didn't even start.
Very lightly.
Yeah.
It's 3, 2, 1.
Yes, 3, 2, 1, roll.
Oh, so you win because it popped out?
Yes.
So he's open. So
Oh,
but the trick here, so there's two things here. On the core ball, you can do that classic side spin, but on these guys, you actually need to. There's a directional arrow on the deluxe that I'm gonna close this guy back up.
Okay.
And kind of show you.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
So you have, what is your beat power? So -3, so you hit a trap.
I was pleasantly surprised by how easy the game was to understand and how fun it was. If you watched the Bakugan video I did about the original series, you know that I wasn't a big fan of the actual game. I thought the toy was really cool. Rolling it out and watching it expand is one of those things that really doesn't get old. It's a very fascinating engineering feat. Seeing the new ones just blew my mind.
Alright, so this is Ultra Halcor here. So the easiest way to close this is starting with the middle head. If you tilt that down, that locks into place. Then you push the side heads down, those latch to place. So you're left with this. Flip it around, do the back and front legs, bring the tail around, and you'll get this here. And then you just swing the wings around, and then that will lock it in place here.
The newer ones are a lot bigger than the older ones, and they have these new Bakugan called Bakugan Ultra. One of my favorite ones is a Bakugan called Mantanoid, which has the praying mantis and the little, like, sickles that praying mantis have, like, would pop out every time the Bakugan opens, and sometimes it would, like, do a little flip. It's just insane. And so the card game itself this time has been designed with the toys in mind, but it is a focus this time around, where before it was just sort of a structured excuse to get people to buy Bakugan. This time around, it's very symbiotic. They both are equal in terms of what they contribute to the brand.
You got it, man. Take your time.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do it this time. We're gonna do it this time.
3, 2, 1, go.
Are you kidding me?
3, 2, 1, go.
There are 3 aspects to the Bakugan card game. There are your Bakugan, which come with an accompanying card, which tell you how strong they are, what extra abilities they have, and how much damage they do if they win a roll. You have your Baku cores, which are the tiles you have in the center of the stadium, which have magnets underneath them, so when your Bakugan expands, it will connect to one of these magnets. You place all the Baku core into the middle, and both players place their own stuff together, and you mix them up a little bit. Now, multiple times throughout the weekend, we got confused whose Baku core belonged to who. And we're all 20-something-year-olds, 30-something-year-olds. What I'm trying to say is we're a little older than the target demographic is going to be, so sometimes we had the foresight to take a picture of which Baku core were ours, but most of the time we just completely forgot. So this is a small suggestion to Spin Master. There are codes for each Baku core, like where they belong within the set that they were released. I believe those should be bolded. And within the Bakugan packs themselves, there are little circle pieces of paper, and I think it would be so easy to, on the back of those little circle pieces of paper, have a list of 1 through 6, where you write down the code for where it belongs in the set, so kids can keep track of their Baku core, because that is going to be one of the most difficult hurdles for new players to overcome, is to keep track of whose belongs to who. And finally, you have your cards, your 40 card deck. So at the beginning of every turn, you can place up to 1 energy card, which allow you to play other cards, which sometimes will require 1 or more energies to play. All the cards can act as energy. There aren't specific mana or energy cards, but also you could end up wasting a good card if you play it as energy because you don't get it back after that. And the ability cards can do a wide variety of things. They can allow you to draw extra cards, they can allow you to boost the power of your Bakugan or increase the damage your Bakugan will do if it wins. There aren't really turns for each player. The players each share a turn. You start your turn, each of you draw. You start the game with 5 cards, and then after you draw, you pick which Bakugan you're going to roll, and then you both roll them out at the same time. If one Bakugan doesn't expand, it doesn't hit a magnet, then that player automatically loses. But if both expand and both hit a magnet, then you do all your calculations. You apply the modifiers from the tiles, the Baku cores. You apply any modifiers you can play from your hand as long as you have enough energy, and then whoever has the highest number at the end of that will take damage. And how damage is calculated is it's discarded off of the top of your deck. Once you're attacked and you hit 0 cards, that's when you lose. However, there are landscape cards in the deck like this, and if you flip those off the top of your deck and you have enough energy stocked up and unused, you can actually negate an attack. If all 3 of your Bakugan roll out and they're all activated, then you do something called a team attack. And damage with a team attack can get up to like 20 easily, and then you can do ability cards, which can increase the damage, and you only have a 40 card deck, so you may feel like you can end the game in 1 turn, but then your opponent will automatically flip this off the top of your deck, so you just wasted all of this energy as an attempt to end your opponent in 1 turn, and immediately they were able to negate it. You do only get a 40 card deck, so you need to create this sort of balance between flip cards, cards you want to use as energy, evolution cards for your Bakugan, which are power-ups you can put on your Bakugan if you have enough energy to play them. There's 6 different factions in Bakugan. I don't know if Diamond counts, but how they work is they all have different personalities to them, and you can only add ability cards to your Bakugan of that faction. The game definitely has a lot of personality to it, and I am not saying this as a sort of a backhanded compliment. It's a very interesting game. I think the Bakugan are very unique in themselves, and it separates it from anything else within the space, and I'm hoping people catch on to that. I played probably about 6 or 7 games in Los Angeles, and since getting back from LA, I have purchased a lot more Bakugan and played a lot more games, and I can definitively say that I enjoy it. Now, whether or not that means the game is properly balanced and that all the cards work in tandem with each other is not accurate. We're not going to understand how well this game is actually structured until a ton of people start playing it, and then the flaws start to creep out a little bit more. But at face value, it's an incredibly fun game with a lot of strategic variety, which is something that was lacking in the original Bakugan game. And I have spent over $100 of my own money buying new Bakugan for this video. They gave me plenty of stuff in Los Angeles to make this video. I just genuinely find it to be an amusing and genuinely fun product, and I'm really hoping to continue to play it at a casual level.
We're about to watch the premiere
Watching the premiere.
of Bakugan episodes 1
Can't
and
record or
6.
anything.
At the end of the first day, we went to the London Hotel, I think, in Los Angeles to go see a preview of the first 2 episodes of Bakugan Battle Planet, the new anime that has a lot of people, I think, upset. A lot of the comments on my original Bakugan video is talking about how this new Bakugan is bad. I think that is all coming through the lens of the anime itself, because you cannot argue that the original game was better than the new game. I mean, sure, everyone has their own opinions, but I just cannot see how you can make a genuine argument for the original game. I do, however, understand where people are coming from when they say that they're not a big fan of the new show and the new style. However, I disagree. Now, when Bakugan originally aired, it was commonplace for children's anime to be very dramatic. And although there were a lot of lightheartedness to the original Bakugan, the overall plot was something that was very dramatic. It was high stakes. And it was, I mean, at times it was a little depressing to see the Bakugan go into the nothing world, the Doom dimension, and be gone forever. Now, if you look at Dan from the original series, he's this total Ash Ketchum wannabe with, you know, the jacket, the gloves. I think he has goggles. I may just have too much Digimon in my head, but like I remember him having goggles. The new Dan, he looks and sounds like a little kid. I am a big fan of when that is done correctly. The main characters in the show, the main 3 characters, which are, oh my god, it's Dan, Leah, and oh my god, Winton. It's Winton. Yes, I didn't even look at the card. And so I really love the new cast. They're really charming, and the show at times is very funny. My argument for why this show works is because, I mean, it's entertaining. I was able to watch the first 7 episodes, which are 14 half episodes, with no problem. It's animated great. The backgrounds are gorgeous. I'm not the type of person to notice this kind of stuff. I don't know, I'm not an animator, but when somebody like me recognizes how beautifully detailed the backgrounds are, that's something to point out. The people who worked on the show, I think the story, the people writing the story is Man of Action, who worked on Ben 10, and the people animating it, I'm pretty sure, is Studio... Oh my god, it's the people who animated Akira. That Akira. The Bakugan are CG, and they're all mechanized, which I know a lot of people don't like, but it's fine. It's a cute show, it works, and if you look at the space right now for this kind of show, if you look at what the competitors are doing, this more comedic angle is what everyone's doing. We've got Yokai Watch, Pokemon Sun and Moon, and Bakugan Battle Planet. That being said, it is tonally different than the original show, and I can understand why people who were hoping to recapture the kind of magic of the original Bakugan may be a little disappointed to realize that this is tonally different. I kind of like it more. I find it a lot more charming and a lot easier to watch than the original show. I liked the original show. If you go back and watch my review of the original Bakugan series, I think the show is the highlight of the series. However, I just find the new series to be a lot more charming because it doesn't have a lot of that shonen anime feel to it, which could get stale under the wrong circumstances.
São Paulo, ao Tiverem Comfort Passengers, please proceed to door wing 81 for boarding.
I just landed back in Orlando. It's at 11:30 at night. I am beyond exhausted. I was out really late last night, and then I had the tournament all day today. I can't wait to go home and sleep, and then I'm gonna edit this video. When I went from thinking this was just going to be a kind of weekend where we were previewing the toys and Spin Master wasn't going to really care about what we think, to holy crap, they put so much effort into listening to us, was when I walked into the hotel and I got a gift bag that they were going to give us. In the gift bag, there was a special edition Bakugan that they only gave out to employees of Spin Master and people who won tournaments, and apparently that thing is worth quite a bit. They gave us a Bakugan backpack, t-shirts, pins. The icing on the cake was they gave every single one of the YouTubers, all 10 of us, a customized Bakugan art card with our faces on them, and the detail on some of these was crazy. This was one of the coolest experiences I've had through doing online content work. I mean, I got flown out to LA, everything paid for. I got to meet up with a friend who I had never actually met before, which was a really cool experience. And I got to meet a lot of influencers, people who I consider to be my mutuals. That's not something that happens a lot. YouTube is something you do in isolation. YouTube is something that you don't really have a lot of people in your circle who you can talk to about it, because not everyone is doing it. One of the coolest things about the weekend wasn't only what Spin Master was showing us, but it was the opportunity to sit down with these other influencers and get to know them a little better and get some insight into how other people work. And I think the top, kudos, the top, I can't believe this happened thing that happened that weekend, was towards the end of the day on Sunday, before we all drove back to LAX.
somebody working with Spin Master, not necessarily an employee of Spin Master, sat down with us and we just chatted for about an hour and a half about the kind of relationship we believe companies who we do videos about their products of should interact with us, and what we can get from the companies in order to continue to make our content, and resources, and phone numbers were exchanged, emails were exchanged. And I sat next to the designers, I sat next to some of the people who are working on the marketing team, and we just sat and we got to see somebody very excited about a product launch. And even though at the end of the day, this is a product created just to make money, there was a lot of passion poured into it. So no, this video is not sponsored, and yes, you can believe that my opinion is going to be skewed a little bit because I received a lot from Spin Master, but I genuinely do think that the new Bakugan series is, like, at its heart, just something that's incredibly entertaining and incredibly fun. So thank you to Spin Master for flying me out. Thank you for Negative Legend specifically for recommending me to Spin Master. And thank you to all of you guys who watch my videos, because I would have never been on their radar if people weren't watching me. So yeah, thanks for watching this rambling video of me about Bakugan. Thank you again to Spin Master. I hope you have a good day. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. If this is your first video of mine, please consider subscribing, following me on social media, and all of that jazz. I'm exhausted. I've been talking for over 40 minutes straight. Have a good day.